This is a CBS News special report. I'm Katie Couric at CBS News election headquarters in New York. And we have breaking news, momentous news, really. CBS now estimates because of victories in California, Washington, Oregon, and Hawaii. CBS projects that Senator Barack Obama of Illinois will be the next president of the United States.
The three previous speakers. We cannot and will not sustain deficits like these without end. Contrary to the prevailing wisdom in Washington these past few years, we cannot simply spend as we please and defer the consequences to the next budget, the next administration, or the next generation.
Obama's budget will run a $1.4 trillion deficit this year alone. And through 2021, his vision for winning the future includes $9.5 trillion in budget-busting deficits that lock in historic rates of big government spending. USA Today said of Obama's budget, it's becoming hard not to conclude that Obama doesn't much care about the debt threat. And rather than
to support or to slash, that is the question, at least when it comes to funding. President Obama has now submitted his blueprint for the federal budget, one illustration of the White House priorities in terms of money. Well, in case you haven't heard, the total budget amount is $3.73 trillion. You could give $12,000 to every single American.
Another speech announcing a radical new claim of presidential power that is not afforded by the Constitution and that has never been attempted in American history, even by George W. Bush and Dick Cheney. President Obama today proposed something new, something called prolonged detention.
A number of people who cannot be prosecuted for past crimes, in some cases because evidence may be tainted, but who nonetheless pose a threat to the security of the United States.
We're not prosecuting them for past crimes, but we need to keep them in prison because of our expectation of their future crimes.
What the fuck was I thinking?
One civil liberties advocate told the New York Times today, quote, "We've known this was on the horizon for many years, but we were able to hold it off with George Bush. The idea that we might find ourselves fighting with the Obama administration over these powers is really stunning." And it is stunning.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio says he suspects President Obama's birth certificate is a fake.
We believe probable cause exists indicating that forgery and fraud may have been committed.
Arpaio says his team of volunteer investigators believes President Obama's birth certificate is computer generated.
This may be the biggest scandal perpetrated on the American people.
But what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking?
Our goal in the beginning was to prove this document authentic. The problem is the evidence kept taking us somewhere else. It was a paper document. It was literally created in the mind of a computer and resides on cyberspace.
The White House responded today by pointing to the president's comments last year regarding the same issue.
We're not going to be able to solve our problems if we get distracted by sideshows and carnival barkers.
This is your face, your reputation, your name in the front of this investigation. How comfortable are you making these allegations?
I'm very comfortable because we did seek the advice of experts regarding this. You can build the document. We can take the document apart out of the same file released by the White House. You can't do that if you just scan in a birth certificate or any other document.